Not every country is remembered for its heroes. Some were made immortal by their monsters. 194 countries, 194 legends, 194 creatures that left an everlasting mark on the history of their people. From country to country, from legend to legend. Join me. Afghanistan. Azhdaha, the Bamiyan Valley. Locals believe the long rock formation stretching across the valley is not simply a mountain ridge, but the petrified body of an ancient dragon. According to legend, its name was Azhdaha, a colossal serpent-like creature that terrorized the region for generations. It was remembered not merely as a monster, but as a force inseparably tied to the mountains, the rivers, and the destructive power of nature itself. No one knows where history ends and legend begins, yet the Bamiyan Valley still preserves the memory of Azhdaha, and as long as that strange ridge lies across the mountains, there will always be those who believe the dragon never truly disappeared. Albania. Kuçedra. Long ago, the people of Albania heard thunder differently. To them, it was not simply a storm, but the echo of an ancient battle. According to old legends, high above the mountains raged Kuçedra, a monstrous dragon-like demon that unleashed storms, floods, and devastating droughts upon the land. More than a beast, it embodied chaos itself, threatening the balance of the world. Standing against it was Draya, the heroic protector of humanity. Every flash of lightning and every roll of thunder marked another clash between the two eternal rivals. That is why Kuçedra remains one of Albania's most feared legendary creatures. Algeria. Ghoul. The desert is unforgiving, even beneath the blazing sun, but its greatest danger awakens only after nightfall. One of the best-known figures in Algerian folklore is the Ghoul, a shape-shifting creature said to haunt abandoned ruins, lonely graveyards, and forgotten desert paths. Rather than relying on brute strength, it deceives its victims. It can take on a human appearance, speak with the voice of someone familiar, and lure unsuspecting travelers away from the safety of the road, where no one ever returns. That is what made the Ghoul one of the Arab world's most terrifying legends. Because its greatest weapon is not darkness, but hope. Andorra. Tamarro. Hidden among the forests of the Pyrenees lives one of Andorra's most mysterious, legendary creatures. It is known as the Tamarro. Unlike many mythical beasts, the Tamarro is not feared for its violence. It is an elusive spirit of the mountains, rarely seen and almost impossible to catch. According to local tradition, those who set out in search of it often return with nothing but stories, if they return at all. Even today, the Tamarro remains a beloved symbol of Andorran folklore, reminding people that some mysteries are meant to stay hidden among the mountains. Angola. Kianda. For centuries, the sea has sustained the people of Angola. Yet in a single moment, it could take everything away. Along the coast, stories have long been told of Kianda, the ancient spirit of the waters. Some regard her as a goddess, while others simply call her the soul of the sea. Tradition says she rewards those who treat the ocean with respect, but shows no mercy to anyone who dishonors her domain. The legend of Kianda is especially strong around Luanda, where she remains an important part of local culture. She is more than an old myth. She is a reminder that the sea has always been stronger than humankind. For those whose lives depended on the ocean, Kianda was a constant reminder that the waters have a will of their own. Antigua and Barbuda. Jumbie. When night falls across the islands of Antigua and Barbuda, many people still prefer not to walk alone. According to local folklore, this is when the Jumbie may appear, a restless spirit unable to find peace. It is said to wander near old houses, deserted paths, and places where tragedy once struck. Some stories claim it simply watches. Others say it can lure unsuspecting people away from safety, leading them somewhere they may never return. For generations, the legend of the Jumbie has been passed down throughout the Caribbean. It taught children to be cautious and reminded adults that the past never truly disappears. Some stories never fade. The legend of the Jumbie is one of them. Argentina, Lobizón. For centuries in Argentina, people believed that the seventh son of a family was destined for an extraordinary fate. According to legend, he could become the Lobizón, a werewolf-like creature that loses its human form beneath the full moon and transforms into a beast of the night. The tale originated in Guarani mythology before spreading across Argentina, where it shaped popular belief for generations. The superstition became so deeply rooted in the country's culture that during the early 20th century, a tradition emerged in which the president of Argentina could become the godfather of every seventh son. It was believed this would break the curse of the Lobizón, easing the fears of countless families. Few legends have influenced an entire nation so profoundly that they changed real-life traditions. The story of the Lobizón is one of them. Armenia, Vishap. High in the mountains of Armenia stand mysterious stone monuments, some of them more than 3,000 years old. The locals call them Vishapakars, or dragon stones. According to tradition, the Vishap was a mighty dragon-like creature that guarded lakes, mountain springs, and sacred waters. In some legends, it appears as a destructive monster, while in others, it represents one of nature's oldest and most powerful forces. Whether the Vishap ever truly existed remains unknown. But the dragon stones still stand among Armenia's mountains today, preserving the memory of a legend that has endured for centuries. Few countries possess such a tangible reminder of one of their mythical creatures. Australia, rainbow serpent. Australia's oldest legends do not begin with a monster. They begin with the creation of the world. In the traditions of Australia's Aboriginal peoples, the rainbow serpent is one of the most important beings of the Dreamtime. According to these ancient stories, it carved rivers, shaped mountains, and formed valleys as it brought life to the land and every living creature. Although its name and stories vary between different Aboriginal nations, its significance remains remarkably consistent. The rainbow serpent is not only a creator. As guardian of the waters, it possesses the power to give life or take it away. Those who violate the laws of nature or disrespect the traditions of the ancestors are said to face its wrath. For many Aboriginal communities, the rainbow serpent is far more than a legend. It is a memory of the world's beginning. Austria, Krampus. Every December, Austria's streets fill with more than festive lights. Horns, chains, and terrifying masks emerge as well. According to legend, Krampus is the dark companion of St. Nicholas. While St. Nicholas rewards well-behaved children, Krampus seeks out those who have misbehaved throughout the year. Covered in thick fur, bearing enormous horns, and dragging heavy chains behind him, he has become one of winter's most frightening figures. Yet Krampus never remained confined to folklore. Across Austria, towns still celebrate the famous Krampus runs, where hundreds of participants dress as the fearsome creature, bringing a centuries-old tradition vividly back to life. Few European legends continue to survive with such remarkable intensity even today. Azerbaijan, Tepegöz. One of the most terrifying creatures in Turkic mythology, possessed only a single eye. Yet that was enough to keep entire peoples living in fear. His name was Tepegöz, a monstrous one-eyed giant whose story survives in the Dede Korkut, one of the greatest epics of the Turkic world. With immense strength, he devastated villages, and for a long time, no one dared challenge him. Eventually, a hero stepped forward to face the giant. Their battle became one of the epic's most celebrated tales, symbolizing the eternal struggle between good and evil. Today, Tepegöz remains one of the best-known monsters not only in Azerbaijan, but throughout Turkic mythology. Bahamas, Chickcharney. Deep within the forests of Andros Island in the Bahamas lives the legend of a truly unusual creature. Its name is Chickcharney. Often described as an owl-like being, It is both respected and feared by the island's people. According to local stories, it watches those who wander into the forest. Those who treat it with kindness may be rewarded with good fortune. But anyone who mocks or harms it risks bringing terrible luck upon themselves. The Chickcharney is not the Bahamas' most terrifying legend. Instead, it serves as a reminder that nature deserves respect, for even the smallest creature may possess greater power than anyone expects. Its story still lives on in the forests of Andorra and in the people who continue to believe. Bahrain, Draya. For centuries, the Persian Gulf provided the people of Bahrain with food and prosperity, yet it claimed just as many lives. Pearl divers and sailors spoke of a terrifying sea creature known as Draya, the Lord of the Sea. According to legend, it dwelled beneath the waves, hunting those who ventured too far from shore or disrespected the laws of the ocean. In those days, the sea was unpredictable. A sudden storm, a powerful current, or a diver who never returned could easily give rise to another tale of Draya. The legend offered an explanation for the countless mysteries hidden beneath the water. That is why Draya became one of Bahrain's best-known maritime legends. Because the depths of the sea have always held far more questions than answers. Some legends were forgotten, others endured the centuries. Today, a few were told once more. The rest are still waiting.